Hello and warm welcome to all of you. Today I am here with the part 3 of economic chapter number 2, people as resource. In previous two lectures we discussed that how education and health play important role in the growth of individual. Today we are going to discuss economic activities performed by men and women. Here first I would like to give you the definition of economic activities. Economic activities are also called market activities. These activities are performed for pay or profit, such as teacher, engineer, and doctor. Non-market activities. These activities are performed for self-consumption, such as mother cooks food for her family. Now we will discuss this with example. Like Vilas and Sakal, people have been engaged in various activities. We show that Vilas sold fish, Sakal got a job in farm. The various activities have been classified into three main sectors, that is primary, secondary and tertiary. All of you are aware about the classification of activities. These are classified into three groups, three categories: primary activities, secondary activities and tertiary activities. Primary sector include agriculture, forestry, animal husbandry, fishing, poultry farming, mining and quarrying. In primary sector, agriculture and agriculture related activities are included. Manufacturing is included in secondary sector. Manufacturing and construction, production of goods are included in secondary sector. Trade, transport, communication, banking, education, health, tourism, services, insurance are included in tertiary sector. In tertiary sector, those activities are included which are helpful for primary and secondary sector. For an example, banking, insurance facilities are there, transport facilities are there, communications are there, education services, health services. These all services are included in tertiary sector. The activities in this sector result in the production of goods and services. These activities add value to the national income. All these three activities are performed for the production of goods and services. Even these activities are adding value into the national income. So these activities are called economic activities. Economic activities are also called market activities. Market activities involve remuneration to anyone who performs, that is, activity performed for pay or profit. In the beginning of the lecture, as I told you, economic activities are also known as market activities. and these activities are performed for pay or profit. For an example, teacher, engineers, doctors, they are performing their activity for the purpose of remuneration, for the purpose of reward. Even these include production of goods and services, including government service. These activities also include production of goods and services. So market activities or economic activities are performed for pay or profit. Non-market activities are the production for self-consumption. As I explain you, non-market activities or non-economic activities are performed for self-consumption. For an example, mother cooks food for her family. Mother preparing food for family. In return to preparing food, she get nothing. So we can say that the activities which are performed for consumption are called non-market activities or non-economic activities. Hope all of you are clear with primary activities, secondary activities and tertiary activities. Primary sector include agriculture and agriculture related activity. Secondary sector include manufacturing industries. Tertiary sector include production of services. Market activities are performed for pay or profit, even known as economic activities, while non-market activities are performed for self-consumption and known as non-economic activities. Due to historical and cultural reason, there is a division of labor between men and women in the family. Women generally look after domestic chores and men work in the field. Sakal's mother Sheila cooks food, clean utensils, washes clothes, cleans the house and look after her children. Due to the historical and cultural reason, we can see there is a division of labor between men and women. Generally, women, they are taking care of houses, they are preparing food, cleaning utensils, cleaning houses, taking care of their children. On the other hand, men are performing their activity outside the home on the field. For example, Sakal mother is taking care of her family, while his father Bhutta cultivates the field, sells the produce in the market and earn money for the family. Sakal's father is cultivating land, producing grain or agriculture product, selling it into the market and earning money. Sheila is not paid for the services delivered for upbringing of the family. Bhutta earns money which is spent in rearing his family. Women are not paid for their services delivered in the family. The household work done by women is not recognized in national income. So this way, Sheila is not paid for her work. On the other hand, Bhutta is earning money due to his work. So women are not paid for their services delivered in the family for cooking food and looking after the household work. They are not paid. Even their household work done by the woman is not recognized as the not recognized in national income. Means they are not adding any value into the national income because they are doing their household work. On the other hand, Gita, mother of Vilas, earn an income by selling fish. Thus women are paid for their work when they enter the labor market. Now come to the second example. Gita, the mother of Vilas. She was selling fish. So this way she entered into labor market and she is paid for her work. Their earning, like that of their male counterpart, is determined on the basis of education and skill. Education helps individual to make better use of economic opportunities available before him. Gita, she was selling a fish and she was able to earn very less money because lack of education, lack of skill is there. So when women enter into labor market, they are paid as per their skill, they are paid as per their education. Education and skill are the major determinants of earning of any individual in the market. So we can say that education and health play important role in earning money. A majority of women have meager education and low skill formation. Women are paid low compared to men. Most women work where job security is not there. Generally in our society, women are lacking education in comparison to men. So due to the less education and less skill, they are paid less in comparison to men. Even many women are working in the sector where there is no job security is there. Various activities relating to legal protection is meager. Even in such field, protection related activities are also lacking. Employment in this sector is characterized by irregular and low income. Here we are discussing why women are paid less in comparison to men. First we discussed that because of less education, less skill, these women, they are serving in such a sector where there is no job security, no protection for them. So due to this, they are getting irregular and low income. Even in this sector, there is an absence of basic facilities like maternity leave, child care and other social security system. In such sector, these women, they are not getting maternity leave. They are not getting any leave for taking care of their child. Even some other social securities are also not there. So these kind of sector we can call unorganized sector. So women are getting less in comparison to men due to less skill and less education. So that's why they forced to work in unorganized sector. However, women with higher education and skill formation are paid at par with the men. Among the organized sector, teaching and medicine attract them the most. Here I would like to clear one thing: all women are not paid less in comparison to men. Women with a higher education, they are actually paid at par with the men. They are getting a same like male counterpart. These women, they are working in organized sector. In organized sector, there is a job security for their health facilities are there, even other social securities are provided to the women with the higher education and skill. Some women have entered administrative and other services, including jobs that need high level of scientific and technological competence. So here these women, they are getting higher education, they have higher technical knowledge and skill. Due to this, they are able to get a par like men. So my topic of discussion is that all women are not paid less. Yeah, women with a less education and less skill, they are paid less in comparison to men. But women with a higher education and higher skill, they are getting a same like their male counterpart. So today we discuss the classification of activities, primary, secondary and tertiary. Even we discuss difference between market activities and non-market activities. So with this, I would like to conclude my today's lecture. Inshallah, we will meet very soon with a new topic, quality of population, in next lecture. Thank you very much.